he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it could.
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Friday, the 20th of June. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Let me say thank you to all our friends across the world, here in Ghana, across the continent of Africa, across other continents as well, who spend time every day watching and streaming our content and sharing it with the rest of the wonderful world and telling the world about us. Thank you very much indeed. We couldn't have come this far without you. To those who know within their heart of hearts that we are pushing a national agenda, that we're talking about the things that matter. Yesterday, a reminder was sent to me by a friend of mine that, after you spoke about the 52 million CDs that was suspiciously or allegedly suspiciously transferred from the GCB bank into an unknown account, some work has begun somewhere. Shall I call it a scorecard? I don't know yet, but we are waiting. We will remind the nation what other people have purposed in their hearts that we need to forget about. Because 52 billion is not small coins. And if we had 52 billion, I'm not sure that we will be running around chasing IMF for coins. So we will continue asking the questions. And we are happy that we have people who across the world who live in advanced countries see the sense in what we do, not people who have not crossed their border before, have not even crossed their region of origin before, but still think that, well, it is, it's okay. Everybody is supposed to have an opinion, but make sure that your opinion matters. Now, let me say thank you to Grandpa Clothing and to Sonar Fashions at Well in Tamales, 0246 590 162. That's 0246 590 162. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm in dark clothing this morning. This morning we are mourning and celebrating at the same time. So let's get the soundbite first. First, we are mourning the death of Reverend Father Cyril Yeboah Otu, a great teacher and a priest who will be laid to rest today at St. George Anglican Church in Achoko. And we mourn with the family. He was an ardent viewer of this show, and we mourn with the family, and we pray that the good Lord will comfort them. But also on the brighter side, today we also celebrate the birthday of one of my very sweet mothers, Mother Priscilla Prudence Lai, Nadwa Lai. Today is her birthday, wife of the Venerable Major Ebenezer Nia Delai, one of my great fathers. And today we celebrate her as well. If it's your birthday, happy birthday as well to you. Yesterday I spoke about our roads. And I spoke about road markings, I spoke about street lights, I spoke about potholes, I spoke about reflectors, I spoke about traffic lights. Now, another thing that I think we need to pay attention to, the median that we have. We need to, as a nation, make up our minds what we want to do with the median. Whether we want to grow grass in it, whether we want to grow rice in it, whether we want to do a tomato farm in it, whether we want to have proper lawns in it. Because put the median photos up there. Whether we want to go grow grass, and it's all across the country. It's not just in Accra. Some people say, he sits in Accra and he talks about only Accra. No, you're mistaken. I'm a well-traveled man in this country. When we were doing rural report, we used to do rural report and used to roam all the corners. Nobody saw it because it wasn't Johnny's Bite. Suddenly, because somebody's axe is God, they say, no, it's not Johnny's Bite, it's Johnny's League. If you don't watch the show, how did you know that there's a bite or leak or, whatever you want to call it? Onyamihu, running away, nobody taps the doors. The FBI is in town and people are running away, nobody taps them doors. Yeah, it is happening. So we need to make up our minds. What do we want to do with the median? Do we want to grow grass there? Do we want to grow rice there? Do we want to make it a farm? Do we want to make it garden in front of people's homes? What do we want to do with them? We need to make up our minds. You find some of the median and it becomes difficult for you to even maneuver. This is on the Ring Road Central. This is not in some corner, obscure corner somewhere. This is on the Ring Road Central in Accra. So we need to make up our minds what we want to do with our median. I said that yesterday, I spoke about traffic lights, I spoke about road signs, road markings, I spoke about reflectors, I spoke about street lights. Today I'm talking about the median, and everybody or anybody who drives, especially with the nuisance of the abubuya that you have on the streets, you want to be able to see clearly what's happening ahead of you in good time. So picture this. On a very good evening, the street lights are not functional. The traffic light is also giving you side eye. And then you have the median overgrown with weeds. And you are not familiar with the road. And the road is laden with potholes. And the road doesn't have clear road markings that are visible enough. And your eyes are 4-legged or 6-legged. How do you survive? Why wouldn't we be reporting year on year that, X number of people have died as a matter of road crash? Then the next day they come and say, the number has reduced. A single life lost is being calculated as statistics. People have lost their families, their breadwinners, and we are calculating it as statistics. So we need to make up our mind. What do we want to do with the median? Now, speaking of the roads there, the Highway Authority have a notice for you. I want to quickly share with you as part of our public service announcement to you. This is dated the 19th of June. It is from the Ghana Highway Authority. It says, public notice, temporary lane reduction on the north-south bound carriage, Medina Accra, and vice versa at the Tetekwashi interchange. Accra to Motorway and extension project, 19.5 kilometers. The Ghana Highway Authority, acting on behalf of the Ministry of Roads and Highways, wishes to inform the general public and all road users of an upcoming traffic management arrangement as part of the ongoing construction works on the Accra-Tema Motorway and Extensions Project, 19.5 kilometers. To facilitate Central Pier construction works for the expansion of the Tetekwashi Interchange Bridge, the number of lanes on the north-south bound carriageway, Medina to Accra direction and vice versa, will be temporarily reduced from 4 lanes to 3. This adjustment will take effect from Sunday, the 22nd of June, 2025, and expected to last for 4 months. So from Sunday, that's 2 days from today, until 4 months. If you calculate 4 months, that's July, August, September, October. We'll have to go through this. So 3 lanes instead of 4 lanes going forward. The lane reduction is necessary to provide safe working space for construction personnel and to ensure the continued safety of all road users. We kindly urge motorists to exercise caution, follow directional signs, and cooperate with traffic management officials throughout the duration of the work. For further information, please contact the Public Affairs Division via WhatsApp 055-162-2244, issued by the PR Division, and to all media houses and transport unions as well. Now, yesterday, I decided that, let me park small and walk. I went to Kaneshie, where I grew up. The first footbridge that was constructed at Kaneshie, they call it the small one, where you find the folks who sell poultry around the Kaneshie market. Nothing pretty much has changed. The place still smells, it's still the same old. But this is the footbridge. And I've been sounding this alarm for God knows how long. Look at the footbridge very, very well. And I want to submit to you good information that this footbridge, when I knew it, had no concrete slabs on them. Now pause. Look at this. If you're an old woman or an old man, or you're weak and frail, or you're not too strong, and you get here, and you're not too familiar with the bridge, I can tell you, you will trip and fall. The edge is lifted. The edge of the bridge is lifted. To make it worse, the iron rods are out there. People are selling on it anyway. I found about 2 or 3 recalcitrant people. Aside all the decongestion exercise that had been done, they were still there selling. But then this is just one. Let's move forward. Now, aside getting the iron, seeing the iron rods exposed, right? You find that in the median, in the middle of the bridge, and check it out. It's all, no, just play the video. This is a footbridge. And you can feel it. You can feel it moving and shaking when you're walking on it. You can feel it. So I asked the question, could be the question yesterday, are we waiting for people to get hurt? Are we waiting for people to die? Are we waiting for people to, I don't know how to put it. There's a night when I took. So this was when we're going to Abosoka and St. Andrew, and Reverend Canon Patrick Okanji Abotia, good morning to you. And Belate, ANA Archdeacon President, good morning. When we're coming back, there's the night one. Look, it's bad. It's very, very bad. We're encouraging people not to be crossing the road, the main road. We are encouraging people to use the footbridges. And then you have this. Now, there's a place, the Trinidad, Dansoma and Trinidad and all the bus stop. You see a heap of refuse. Nothing has changed though. Around that area, when you use that back end, nothing has changed, I'm telling you. Show the baller. And this baller, I'm sure Dr. Peter Boamotokuno and I are very familiar with this baller. Because back in the day when we used to run a small business together, we used to congregate around here to go and pick a right to go to Biopokwen. This baller has been there since 19 Kojohoho. From the days of Cans to Advance, to Nateko, to Kateko, to Emmet, it's been there. If you know the areas of Ashley's, if you know the area I'm talking about, you know it's been there. Smelling, disorganized, and right in front of this baller is supposed to be a taxi and trotro rank where people come and pick vehicles. So they stand there sometimes for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, inhaling the bad air. And there's a local assembly that takes money, comes to the place, they will take money from the people. There's a bookman. He will take loading fee. And the place hasn't changed. Has not seen a facelift. This has been like that since forever. Those who commune from here to Dansoman and back, those who commune from here to Mataiko and back, those who come through this place as a channel or as a it's bad. It's so bad. It is so bad. You go to Kaneshie Market, there's baller. You go to all our various markets, and there's baller. Some of the taxi ranks and trotro ranks, there's baller. Is baller our middle name? Is rubbish? Is it our middle name? Is it our middle name? I'm asking. As if that is not enough. Yesterday, I saw a video of 2 teachers at Pepiase DA JHS, somewhere in the Kumewu district, misbehaving before their colleagues. I'm not talking about all teachers, so I don't want to generalize that. Not all teachers. I am talking about these 2 gentlemen who are supposed to be teaching the children how not to misbehave in public. Watch. Whether they are fighting over a woman, they are fighting over studies fees, I don't know what they are fighting over. But this is not good. And you could hear the lady clearly frustrated. There are three gentlemen in the room with the two who are holding each other by the throat and fighting. And they couldn't separate them immediately. In fact, I'm sure that they were also scared. For whatever reason, as civilized as teachers should be, not every teacher, not all teachers. I'm saying as civilized as the two have been trained as teachers. Teacher training allowance and everything. When I talk, they say, hey, why is he talking about us? But when you have issues, you come to me. I'm waiting, I'm here. I'll wait. Media will wait. You will come, don't worry. With the unions, I have been working with the unions. When their issues come and I talk about it, they get angry. They suddenly forget what in the past man has done for them on his own, when the same leadership that today they hail couldn't achieve for them. Oh, but I'm here, I will wait. As I told you 2 days ago, patient men eat ripe fruit. But ladies and gentlemen of the Republic of Ghana and beyond, these are two teachers at each other. And what even hurts me is that another teacher in the room was recording. No, put the video on. This is not what are you doing on my face? Do I look like a teacher to you? They're fighting. Two teachers. So what if any child had come there to come and see two teachers fighting? Would you have what it takes, the impetus, to punish any child or to correct or reprimand any child for engaging in any such? Well, the woman is asking. Clap for teacher, pa 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 pa, and another one, pa 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 pa. Clap for teacher, pa 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 pa, and another one, pa 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 pa. Teachers have done well. I'm not talking about every teacher. See, these two misconducting themselves. Now, the NSS, let's go to the NSS. Their staff have written, but before that, there was a cancellation so that we understand what the staff are saying. This is on the letterhead of the Ministry of Youth and Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment. Suspension of Central Management System at the National Service Authority. The Ministry of Youth and Development and Empowerment's attention has been drawn to emerging concerns surrounding the digital infrastructure currently in use at the National Service Authority, specifically the Central Management System for Postings. Following the directive from the Office of the President, the use of the CMS has been suspended with immediate effect. This decisive step has been taken in the national interest to allow for a comprehensive technical and forensic review of the platform. The ministry wishes to assure the general public, especially national service personnel and stakeholders, that measures are being put in place to ensure that the operations of the authority are not disrupted. Alternative systems and verification procedures are being reviewed to maintain smooth and transparent service delivery. We urge all national service persons and the general public to remain calm and cooperative with the relevant institutions to undertake the necessary actions to safeguard the integrity of the National Service Authority. For further updates, will be communicated in due course, issued by the Honorable Minister. Now, let's listen to the NSS staff Association, National Service Authority Staff Association, Staff Union, NSSAU. This is dated the 19th of June, that's yesterday, to the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment, PO Box PMB 60, Accra. Dear Sir, suspension of the central management system at the National Service Authority. The National Service Authority Staff Division of the Public Service Workers Union of TUC Ghana take this rare opportunity to commend the Honorable Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment for his decision on behalf of the Government of the Republic to suspend the central management system at the National Service Authority as announced under the release MYDE/NSA/BRA/008 dated 18th of June 2025. The staff leans fervently to this decision as we have always held to the provoking thought statement of Mr. Suleiman Abraham of the Media Foundation for West Africa, the man whose investigation uncovered the alleged NSS scandal. And I'm sure by now you know how much was swallowed allegedly in the NSS scandal. Well, the AG has come to give us the figures, which is what the state is taking to court. We will wait, as they say. When he stated that the National Service Authority should not use the system run by its consultant due to the damning findings they uncovered. We have not shielded our belief from management that until the system is thoroughly scrutinized by management and stakeholders, our activities via it should be suspended. We are very mindful of the impact of this decision on the contract between Impath Technologies Ghana and the National Service Authority. However, we hold it firm that for the trauma suffered by staff of the National Service Authority on the back of the infamous scandal and the damage done to the goodwill of the authority, due diligence cannot be negotiated. Yeah, the damage there has been done. Yes, scandal there is there and all of that. But your meat pie at the National Service Secretariat is still good. That one, we will not take it away from you. It's still good. Especially taking into consideration the president's relentless efforts to unearth the truth and correct the wrongs as demonstrated this far. Thank you, yours faithfully, Ayoebi Edubofo is chairman and is copied to all these good people under there, unions largely. You see, again, I come back to what I said earlier. I remember that in the previous administration, Suleiman Abraham, Sule, good morning to you, and his team raised this conversation about this National Service Scheme scandal. What was the reaction of the administration at the time? What was the reaction of the key actors in this whole scandal at the time? Were the courts invoked? Was the documentary stopped from airing? What did the administration at the time say? And would that have invited a bite? Answer that question. Now, there's a new administration that gets a whimper of what is happening and quickly takes action, including attempting or trying or in the process to prosecute and to recoup some of the monies that have been, retrieve some of the monies that have been allegedly stolen. And to even go ahead to say that, look, if this is the conduit through which these things are done, I'm blocking it, I'm suspending it. And the staff say, oh, we agree with this suspension because in the past we complained about it and nothing happened. You want me to still bite as I did then as what? No, you ask yourself. You say you are hungry. Somebody came and did not give you food. Then another person comes and says, oh, you say you are hungry. Take food. Will you still complain that you are hungry? And this is a common sense question. In the past, this is not long ago, this is not 1900 or 1909 when Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was born. Or 1961, or 1960 when we had a Republican status and we decided that it will not be a holiday again in the last few years. No. This is just last year. Just last year. It's not even 12 months, just last year. These names came up. We said ghost names on NSS payroll, suspected good names, 81,885 personnel. This was on TV3, it was on Johnny's Bite, it was on every media space here in this country. Put it up. what did the administration at the time say about it? What did they do about it? We spoke about ghost names of NSS monthly allowance 715.57 Ghana cedis multiplied by the 81,885. What did the previous administration do about it? And that is why we bought into the whole idea that the mampamistic attitude to doing things was problematic. The initial personnel, the head count, was 98,145 personnel. I'm giving, these slides were done last year. We didn't prepare them yesterday, nor last week, nor last month. These slides were prepared last year, when another government was in power. When you talk, they say don't refer to the past. I shouldn't refer to the past, but if you don't compare, how do you know that way and so na way and son? How do you know? Is it not our brothers, their council say, Monsieur and son, me hu do? These things, these figures were mentioned last year. What happened? When Sule and his team went undercover to do this and they brought the thing out and everybody was talking about it, everybody was worried, what did our administration at the time say about it? So it was that rage that will make people talk. Now, the same details, nothing more has been added on to the investigation. Same old. Presented to another administration. And that administration has decided that, look, this is something that has to be investigated. AG, look into it. What did AG find? AG said, we found A, B, C, D. Based on that, we are going to court. Based on that, we have cancelled the system. Based on that, the staff are happy. You want me to still come and bite who? Bite the previous person you don't want us to talk about? You see, the levels of hypocrisy, I think, has been overflogged, because most people who even use it don't understand it. The levels of, let me introduce a new word for you, those who like hypocrisy. A new word is perfidy, right? Perfidy. It's an English perfidy. The levels of perfidy is nauseating. The levels of perfidy. It's so nauseating. It's not hypocrisy. What is happening is perfidy. Dishonesty. If you can show us who owns this money and whose uncle has this money and this brother has this one, it's the level of perfidy, dishonesty. If you allow your stomach to lead you, you will be embarrassed. You should be principled enough to say no. You should be principled enough to say this one, no. And I've been justified in most of the instances. There are things that I've stood here and said that people insulted me, took me to the cleaners. It didn't take much. It happened. There are many things, countless number of them. I stand here. No. There are those who are bold enough to come and say that, me, if you come to me and I had to give you an invoice. There are people like that. That's not how we operate here. That's not what we were taught in school. The public agenda, the national agenda, the public interest, the interest of the individuals, the people. That is what is critical. Take me, another matter that I have to talk about quickly before we wrap up. The Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences. They have written a love letter to government. It is dated the 18th of June, 2025. It says, GAS calls for immediate repeal of LI 2462 and a complete ban on mining in forest reserves. Mind you, this was a big campaign issue in 2024. In 2024, maybe come to me briefly. In 2024, when the country had resolved in our minds that we wanted to go on a strike, we wanted to halt the sale of our hotels and to halt and to push the government of the day to stop Galamsey. The unions came together. That is what we call organized labor. At some point, they became disorganized labor. Now, the disorganized labor, we had people who said, we are not going to be part of it because we have work to do. Do you remember? The same people who had work to do, suddenly now, because of their own pocket, don't have work to do. They want to demand for their pound of flesh, which is okay. But I'm just making you know that your taxes that are used to fund some of these things, it is the interest of the people. Yesterday, I was reading that the parliament is getting somewhere $800,000 pounds, 800,000 pounds to train them on how to dance. Hey, Ajita. And people say, oh, what will he say about it? Parliament is not just NDC or MPP. Parliament is a combination of NDC and MPP. That's why they say minority and majority. And there's an independent candidate in there. Our parliament now is very unique. NDC here, MPP here, A+ in here. That's our parliament. That's a composition of our parliament. So you should be asking your member of parliament. You should not be asking me. Because I didn't come to you to say Eshi or Ejobodo. I didn't come to you. I didn't come to sing to you that I shall win to save Ghana. To save us from what? I didn't come to you to say Aban Papa. Did I come to you to say Aban Papa? So if your member of parliament has gone to parliament to go and take a decision, why do you think that I should be responsible for the decision that 276 adults take? You see where the perfidy comes in? Ask your member of parliament. When your member of parliament brings you a mechanized borehole, do you come and tell me that they have brought you a borehole? You don't come and tell me. So ask them, like I'm asking them. You ask them too. What do you use your social media platform for? Attacking people, insulting adults, maligning people. Ask them. Now, quickly, please, I beg you, Shadrach, 2 minutes, let's read this. The Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences is calling on the government to immediately repeal the Environmental Protection Mining in Forest Reserves Regulation 2022 LI 2462 and issue a binding presidential policy that permanently prohibits all forms of mining in Ghana's forest reserves. I agree. In a strongly worded petition addressed to the President and Parliament, GAS condemned the government's recent move to amend only one clause of the LI Regulation 32 instead of fulfilling its public commitment to revoke the entire legislative instrument, which it did not introduce, but they promised that they were going to do. JM, good morning to you. A forest reserve statement authorizing all of that. Essentially, they're talking about, so let's move to the last paragraph. Now, last by one paragraph, sorry. The Academy also noted Ghana's dismal record on mining enforcement and warned that legitimizing mining in forest reserves would only deepen environmental degradation and worsen climate vulnerabilities. Our forests are not just natural spaces. They are our last line of defense against climate change, water insecurity, and biodiversity loss. The statement continued. Preserving them is not optional. It is a national duty. The key demands here: total repeal of LI 2462, not just the removal of regulation, a firm and binding presidential policy that prohibits all mining, exploration, prospecting, and extraction in all forest reserves, immediate termination of all mining and prospecting activities currently taking place in forest reserves. Now, here's my small advice to the government. You see the government that was voted against for you to come to power. They brought this LI. That same government brought us tree planting exercises. They were planting trees while people were cutting trees and destroying forest reserves. The people were angry about it, that their water bodies were also being destroyed. And that is why they queued to vote against them. Some were not happy about that situation back then. There were key political actors who were not excited about it. But the totality of the Ghanaian people agreed that what was happening then, mining in forest reserves, was bad. You cannot come and introduce a tree planting exercise and to be seen to be breaking people's buildings in waterways and Ramsar sites and still have that law in place. That one, it is Ajana 1, Ajana 2. That Ajana 1, Ajana 2 should not be changed. That baton should not change. You should let your yes be yes and your no be no. If you have changed your mind, tell the people and tell them why. And if that is the reason you have changed your mind, they will know you for what you are and what you have become. It is as simple as that. Galamsey is a big problem for everybody. It doesn't matter whether you are NDC or MPP. I say what was done in the past. Don't change it. Don't tweak it, reorganize it, and bring it. It will not work. Have a good morning. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055